Welcome back to Coder Beans. In part 3 of our DOM manipulation in JavaScript series, we're diving into the exciting realm of modifying content, styles, and more. Get ready to level up your web development skills with these hands-on topics. Number 2. Modifying content. You can change the text content or HTML content of an element like this. Write these codes in script tag in an HTML file. Changing text content. Header.textContent equals hello, new world. Now change HTML content like this. Paragraphs in square brackets 0.innerHTML equals this is an emphasized paragraph. You will get output in browser like this. You can see the text content changed from hello world to hello new world. And p tag this is a paragraph to m tag this is an emphasized paragraph. Modifying content in the document object model DOM is a crucial aspect of web development. You can use JavaScript to change the text content and HTML content of elements on a web page. Let's explore this topic in more detail with examples. Changing text content. You can use the text content property to change the text content of an HTML element. This property allows you to set or retrieve the text within an element. Here's an example. Suppose you have the following HTML. P-tag ID equals my paragraph. This is a paragraph, /p. Open the web browser by clicking on Go Live in VS Code or open index.html file in a browser. You will get this output. You can use JavaScript to change the text content of the paragraph element like this. Write this code in script tag in HTML file. This code will select the paragraph by its ID. Const paragraph equals document.getElement by ID, my paragraph. This code will change the text content. Paragraph.textContent equals this is the updated paragraph text. Output on browser window will be like this. You will see this is the updated paragraph text in the browser window. After running this JavaScript code, the text within the paragraph will be updated to this is the updated paragraph text. Changing HTML content. If you need to change the HTML content of an element, you can use the innerHTML property. This property allows you to set or retrieve the HTML code within an element. Here's an example. Suppose you have the following HTML. Inside div tag ap tag. Div ID equals my div. P this is a paragraph, /p. /div. You can use JavaScript to change the HTML content of the div element like this. This code will select the div by its ID. Const div equals document.getElement by ID, my div. This code will change the HTML content. div.innerHTML equals h2 this is headline in h2 tag, /h2. The output in browser will show this is headline in h2 tag. After running this JavaScript code, the content inside the div will be replaced with the new HTML code which will be a h2 tag, this is headline in h2 tag. Using text content versus innerHTML. When deciding between text content and innerHTML, consider the following. 1. Use text content when you want to change or retrieve plain text content. It's safer because it escapes any HTML tags and prevents potential security issues like cross-site scripting XSS. 2. Use innerHTML when you need to manipulate or change the structure of an element, including adding or modifying HTML tags. More examples. Updating lists. Suppose you have an unordered list in HTML. Write this code in index.html file. Inside a ul3 li items. ulid equals a my list. li item 1. li item 2. li item 3. You will see a list of 3 items in browser window. Item 1. Item 2. Item 3. You can update the list items with new text using JavaScript like this. This code will select UL tag with all three li tags inside it which has ID mylist. Const list equals document.getElement by ID mylist. This code will create a node list of all three li items. Const items equals list.querySelector all li. These three line of codes will update all three list items. Items square bracket 0.textContent equals updated item 1. Items square bracket 0.textContent equals updated item 2. Items square bracket 0.textContent equals updated item 3. The output in the browser window will be updated item 1, updated item 2, updated item 3. You see all three li items are updated by JavaScript codes. Dynamic content generation. You can also dynamically generate and insert new content using JavaScript. For example, to add a new list item to an existing list, replace the above JavaScript code with this one. This code will create a new item li at the end of the list. Const new item equals document.createElement li. This code will name the new item as new item. New item.textContent equals new item. This code will select the all li items in the UL tag which has an ID of mylist. Const list equals document.getElement by ID mylist. This code will appends meaning adds the new item li at the end of all three li items. List.appendChild new item. Now you will see the output like this. Li item 1. Li item 2. Li item 3. Li new item. So we found out that this JavaScript code creates a new li element with the text new item and appends it to the existing list. Modifying content in the DOM is a powerful way to create dynamic, interactive web pages that can respond to user input and display up-to-date information. 3. Modifying styles. Modifying styles using JavaScript is a common practice in web development. It allows you to dynamically change the appearance of HTML elements on a web page. In this section, we'll explore CSS styling in detail with examples in the DOM using JavaScript. Accessing element styles. Before you can modify an element's styles, you need to access those styles. You can do this using the style property of the element. Here's how you access it. Const element equals document.getElement by ID myElement. Const styles equals element.style. Now, you can access and modify specific CSS properties of the element through the styles object. Modifying CSS properties. You can modify CSS properties using JavaScript. To change a property, simply assign a new value to it. Here's an example. Suppose you have the following HTML element. Write these codes in the body tag of index.html file. AH1 tag with ID header hello world. A M tag with ID para. This is an emphasized paragraph. You will see output like this. Now in a script tag write this code. Const header equals document.getElement by ID header. Const para equals document.getElement by ID para. Header.style.color equals blue. Para.style.fontsize equals 24px. Now you will see the output in browser like this. After running the above JavaScript code, the text within the H1 tag will have a blue color and the text in the M tag will have a font size of 24 pixels. CSS classes and class list. Instead of directly setting individual CSS properties, you can add or remove CSS classes from elements using the class list property. This is a more flexible and maintainable approach, especially when you want to apply predefined styles. Here's a complete example demonstrating the use of CSS classes and the class list property with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. For this example, create 3 files, index.html, styles.css, and script.js, with the respective code, and then open index.html in a web browser. You can click the toggle class button to apply or remove the highlighted class on the paragraph element. In VS Code, create an index.html file. Then press Shift and then 1 on keyboard. You will get the boilerplate codes of HTML file like this. Change title to CSS classes and class list example. Then in the body tag create a h1 tag with an ID myHeading CSS classes example. AP tag with ID myParagraph. This is a paragraph with a class. A button tag with ID ToggleButton toggle class. This will create a toggle class button. Then write a script tag script.js. In VS Code create a styles.css file like this. .myClass. In braces. Color red. Font size 20px. Highlighted. In braces. Background color yellow. In VS Code create a file script.js like this. In script.js file write this code. This code will get references to the elements. Const paragraph equals document.getElement by ID myParagraph. Const button equals document.getElement by ID ToggleButton. This code will add a class to the paragraph. Paragraph.classList.add myClass. This code will add a click event listener to the button. Button.add event listener, click, function. This code will toggle the highlighted class on the paragraph. Paragraph.classList.toggle highlighted. This is not the code supposed to be. I forgot to attach the styles.css file to index.html file. Let's attach it by using a link tag like this. Link rel equals stylesheet href equals styles.css. The JavaScript code adds the myClass to the paragraph element when the page loads. It also adds an event listener to the button. When the button is clicked, it toggles the highlighted class on the paragraph element. The myClass class sets the text color to red and the font size to 20px, while the highlighted class sets the background color to yellow. That's it for this part. Ready to enhance your JavaScript expertise? Don't miss out on these essential techniques. Subscribe now to Coder Beans and stay tuned for more exciting web development content. Happy coding!